I hope you are aware of the particular news that Dr. M.S. Swaminathan has passed away. Right today, there are editorials and opinions regarding him, both in Hindu and Indian Express. So, as all of you are familiar with the Green Revolution, he pioneered. He was one of the building blocks of the Green Revolution. Yes. So, we'll look at the Indian Express editorial. Right. It is written by Mr. Ashok Gulati. He highly praises Dr. Swaminathan. Right. So the keywords that you have to pick up is, once upon a time, India had a ship to mouth approach. Okay, India had a ship to mouth approach. What is ship to mouth? That means in 1960s, 1950s, after independence, India had a very weak amount of food storage. Okay. So we had to import food, and the moment the food came, people were taking it. That means ship to mouth. Okay. It was that bad. Thanks to the high yielding varieties and the Green Revolution, now what do we have? We have good amount of surplus food, buffer food. Okay. So we moved from ship to mouth, and he even cites Lal Bahadur Shastri, the Prime Minister back then, asking Indians to skip a meal in a week. Okay. It was that bad. What was that bad? India's food security was that bad. Now, what is the definition of the food security? I told you, I gave you the exact definition of food security in the classes. What is food security? Very good. Availability, affordability, and accessibility of food to all. Yes, Manikanta, very good. So that is the definition: availability, affordability, and accessibility. 3 A's, right? So this is not first time we are discussing this. Next. Okay. Then he goes on to cite how he brought in who? Dr. Swaminathan and others. So please don't forget that it is always a contribution of group of people. The government, the scientists, the researchers, the farmers, everybody came together. All of them came together to improve what? Food security in India. How much? To an extent that in the last 3 years, India exported 85 million tons of cereals, contributing to whom? Not only India's food security, but to global food security. Okay. So in 1940s, 50s, we have ship to mouth approach. In 2023, what are we doing? We are exporting for global food security. So isn't it progress? Yes, it's a good progress. You can remember that data, right? India exported 85 million tons of cereals. To whom? To global food security. Next. Then he goes on to discuss about how Swaminathan or Dr. Swaminathan have won multiple awards from Padma Shri to Padma Vibhushan all the way, and so on and so forth. That is not important. What is important? This line is very, very important. Okay. The real tribute to Mr. Swaminathan will be improving what? Income to the farmers. There is a concept called as doubling farmers' income. So when somebody says doubling farmers' income, what do I double? There should be a benchmark, no? For example, if you are making 10,000 rupees per month, if I double it, that is 20,000. So there should be certain benchmark for farmers' income to be doubled. What is that income? How do we measure that income? Is it accurate? I hope you understand, right? See, we'll think about it. What do farmers do? Farmers till the land, get the seeds, fertilizers, monsoon should be there. All these are called as backward linkages. That means before the cropping starts, you have to do some homework. That is input cost. Okay, then you have maintenance. Okay, then you will get the agricultural produce. That produce have to be marketed. Yes or no? You are producing tomatoes or whatever, it has to be marketed. Day before yesterday, there was an article in Times of India. From 200 rupees a kg, tomatoes have now fallen down to 5 rupees per kg. Okay, when 200 is there, farmers are making profit. Now it's 5 rupees. Okay, is 1 kg of tomato, okay, is equivalent to 5 rupees of inputs, or will it take more? It will take more. Now the farmer is selling in losses. Okay, we don't have enough storage. That means forward. Okay, so if I have to measure the farmer's income, right, I have to take the amount of time, energy, money he is investing in what? Inputs. Okay, if I can count his inputs, take his crop, then his produce, he will get some money, profit at the end of the year. One agricultural year or one financial year, he has worked this much, input costed this much, sold this much. What is the profit? Hardly on an average, farmer in the country is getting 1000 rupees per month. Okay, 13,000 rupees per month as an income. Okay, roughly around 13,000. Earlier it used to be 6,426 rupees. In a way we have doubled it. Okay, but the thing is, within the input also, lot of subsidies are given to the farmers. Yes or no? In Telangana itself, we have something called as Raitu Bandhu. What do Raitu Bandhu does? It gives inputs to whom? To the farmers. 20,000 rupees or 30,000 rupees per acre. There is a fixed amount, that much amount of given to the farmer. He has to use it for investment. We are calculating all these things. Okay, that means there is no scientific or exact method of calculating how much a farmer in India is making. Next, we also know that Indian farming sector is captured by a policy mismatch. That is what? Rice and wheat culture. Okay, only two crops dominate the Indian farmers' income. What are they? Rice and wheat. So majority of the farmers who benefited from this green revolution produced only two crops. One is rice, the other one is wheat. Okay, rice and wheat. So that is what he says. Cereals are dominating the input costs. Okay, so now as a country we are talking to move away from rice to millets. That is one thing. At the same time, we should also give enough remunerative income to whom? The farmers who are producing what? Rice and wheat, right? Okay, this is the first macro thought process, that we should justify the income to the farmer. Next, we should move away from rice and wheat. We should move away from rice and wheat to what? Millets and other crops. Okay. Next, within rice and wheat also, we should work on something called as productivity, agricultural productivity. What is agricultural productivity? Output per hectare or acre, whatever it is there, right? Like 1 acre of land, you should produce more tons of food. Okay, so that is where the entire discussion has shifted. Earlier, the green revolution started, the inputs were high, output was high. High yield variety crops, the name says high yield variety, HYV, right? High yield variety, the input was high, output is also high. Now we should move away to what? Input should be low or minimum, output should be maximum. Minimum input, maximum output. That is a true tribute to whom? Dr. M.S. Swaminathan and the farmers. Yes or no? How are we trying to achieve that? Through zero budget natural farming, organic farming and all these things. Inputs will be less, outputs will be more. It will take time, but India will move away from high input, high output to low input, high output. Okay, right. That is what the article talks about. We should also remember that we are moving to a timeline where climate change is also a very important factor. So not only our agricultural produce should be high, it should also be climate resilient. You understand? All these are problems of Indian agriculture. Okay. Yes. Few days ago or 1 week ago, there was an article citing all the problems of green revolution, all the advantages of green revolution. Do you remember that? In Hindu. Does anyone remember? Only they were talking about green revolution. No? There was an article, that much you remember? Adi kuda leda? Groundwater depletion. What are the negative fallouts of Green Revolution? That is a problem of Green Revolution or India? It has nothing to do with Green Revolution. That is problem of India, right? Regional inequalities increased. Okay. Decreased. Fertility of soil has come down very severely because of high use of fertilizers. Overuse of fertilizers. Soil degradation has happened. Groundwater exploitation has happened. Then you people probably forgot the article written the same thing. People were excessively dependent on rice and wheat only. Dietary habits have changed. Local food has been replaced with rice and wheat culture. So all these are problems of what? Green Revolution. So to replace that, what is government trying to do? Move towards organic farming or sustainable farming. That much you remember, that is enough. Nobody is going to ask you much in deep details. Right, next. So these kind of articles are useful for your essay, ethics paper and general understanding of writing, right? So this article talks about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What is the meaning of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? The whole universe is a family. The spirit is what? There is no other. There is no other. Other means who? Anybody who doesn't belong to you is other. For example, you are a vegetarian. Who are the others? Non-vegetarians are others. Okay. You are a Hindu. Who are the others? Every other religion probably is other. Okay. So like this, there is a very easy difference between you and the other. That difference should be more or less. That difference should be more or less. Technically, the moment you say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, there is no difference. Yes or no? Even if you go to the quote, if you go to the Upanishad and read that entire thing, okay, the wise doesn't have the other. Okay, that means I generally don't see you as other. You are a human being, I am a human being. We are all one large family. Okay, whatever courtesy, compassion, love, empathy I extend it to whom? My family. I should also extend it to a stranger. See, I will tell you a very simple example. In Hinduism or in Indian mythology, we have a concept called as Akshay Patra. Okay, what is the specialty of Akshay Patra? It can feed infinite number of people, infinite number of times. There is no other. That means the moment somebody knocks the door and say, I am hungry, okay, you will give him food. Yes or no? There is no other. Okay, so what this article writer is trying to bring is, Mr. Bhagat Singh, in his time, has observed certain things in Indian society. While we talk about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, our socio-political and cultural things, that is the society, actually doesn't reflect what? Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is what he tries to bring. He says, in an essay called as Vishwa Prem, he talks about social and political challenges in the realization of the dream. Okay. What is basically, see, forget about Bhagat Singh, what is basically the problem? Indian society have social inequalities, that is caste, religion, other things, poverty, malnourishment. There are so many types of differentiations. Okay, and the other day, Prophet Muhammad's birthday was there. In Times of India, there was an article. Okay, the article simply says, the article author quotes Swami Vivekananda and it says, probably if any religion which promoted equality, that is Islam. Okay, that means the very concept of Islam, one of the bedrocks of Islam is what? Equality. Okay, there is no other in Islam, no rich, no poor, everybody is equal in front of the eyes of the God. That is what Islam teaches. But when Islam came to India, today you go and see Islam, any matrimonial websites and you talk to your friends, okay, there are castes, subcastes within Islam. Okay, probably the entire concept of Islam is for what? Egalitarian society, equality. But in India, what happened? Islam acquired casteism. Islam acquired this segregation. Okay, that segregation is not supposed to be there. Everybody is supposed to be equal. So that is what Mr. Bhagat Singh is trying to argue, that a society which has social inequalities can never truly implement Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Okay, so that is a core takeaway that you should remember. Okay, and that takeaway has been right. And the takeaway has been very nicely implemented by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In 1949, 26th November, he makes a quote. What is that famous speech? We are entering into a life of contradictions. That is, we are giving political equality, one person, one vote. But we are not giving social and economic equality. So, as long as India have social evils like caste, okay, hatred, communalism, the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam can never be implemented in letter and spirit. You can try, but these issues will again come up again and again and again. Okay, right? Next. So this is one line which you can use in essays. The purple color line, where Bhagat Singh argues that merely to belong to a religion is now considered reason enough to be an enemy of another religion. Yes or no? Did you choose where to be born? To whom? In which religion? In which caste? Is it your fault or advantage? Did you see, for example, if you are born in an upper caste, if you are born in a Dalit family, okay, both of them are choices which are beyond your control, but you are being punished because you have a name. Yes or no? If your name is Abdul, you are hated in one place. If your name is Ram, you are hated in a different place. Yes or no? You are hated because you are born into a different religion. That itself is enough for me to hate you. Why? I don't know. I hate the other community. Yes or no? So such differences have been highlighted during Bhagat Singh's lifetime itself. Okay. Now we are seeing the manifestation of all that hate. Okay. So the best antidote to hate is what? Not love or anything. The first thing is compassion. The second thing is knowledge. The more you know about the other, the less you hate the other. Think about it. The more you know about the other, the less you hate the other. If you are truly educated person, let me give you an example. You are traveling in a metro. Okay, a 7 feet student from African country came and started boarding the metro. He is like 7 feet with heavy personality. What do people usually do? They stare at him like a variety specimen, right? Why? An average, he doesn't look like an average Indian. He is something different, the other, the outsider. Okay, we stare at him till he gets down at a particular stop. If you are truly educated, do you actually do that? What do? You assimilate them. You make them part of the atmosphere. You don't target them. You don't make them separate things. Okay, sometimes people comment at them, sometimes people take selfies and all these things. Okay, that clearly reeks of what? Not lack of love or compassion. It clearly reeks lack of knowledge. Okay, say for example, people shout Allahu Akbar. Okay, how many people actually know the meaning of the term? Normally it is considered as a war cry or a rallying cry. Before you do something, you shout that. Okay, but what does that term actually mean? How many of us have thought about it? Yes or no? How many practicing Hindus actually understand Jai Shri Ram and read Valmiki Ramayana? Think about it. Say, I am asking you questions. Even as a practicing Hindu, you shout Jai Shri Ram. I am happy that you want Lord Sri Ram to win. Okay, win where? Win where? The war is over, right? I hope you understand. The small things, the more you know, the less you are afraid of. Yes or no? For example, when you say Jai Shri Ram, it simply is one of the interpretations, not the only interpretation. The darkness in my heart should not be there. Why? In my heart, there should always be the winner, that is Sri Ram. Wherever there is Lord Ram, there is no darkness, there is no Ravana. Okay, all bad thoughts, evil thoughts, darkness, negative things are what? Ravana. What are the good thoughts? Anything related to the characteristics of Lord Sri Ram. Truth. What is truth? Whatever is practiced by Sri Rama is truth. So if truth has to win, who has to be there? Sri Ram should be there. If Lord Sri Ram is there, who will not be there? Darkness, ignorance or evil won't be there. So that is one simple interpretation of Jai Sri Ram. When you say, in my habits, in my life, who should win? All the good things should win, bad things should go away. Yes or no? Right? So I hope you understand, right? I'm not giving you any pravachan gyan or all those things, but the more we don't know about our religion, it is easy for me to manipulate you. Yes or no? Okay. So, and literally Lord Sri Rama will beat people, if, see, you are taking Ganesh procession, okay, and you're literally drinking alcohol in front of him. Okay, if really Lord Sri Rama is there, I mean, as of now, he comes in the physical form, what will he do? He will take the stick and start beating all these fellows. Why? It is a very spiritual thing that you are doing, and what are you doing? You are consuming alcohol. Yes or no? Is there any match? Okay, you are probably not doing it for Ganesha, you are probably doing it for yourself, your fun, you are bored, you have to have some fun, that is what you are doing. Okay, that is not at all a judgment. If you want to drink, drink after all the possession, right? Like, why in the rally? And in the path you will tease women if they are walking. Okay, the two things which will definitely be abhorred by Lord Sri Rama. Yes. Okay, so that is the other. Okay, I am the other to you, you are the other to me. But if I am compassionate enough and knowledgeable enough, then half of the problems will go away. So why did I spend so much time explaining to you these things is, if I hate you for being somebody else, then I am not understanding you enough. Okay, so that is what Mr. Bhagat Singh also wants you to do. See, the burden of the liberal. This concept is called as burden of liberal. What is the liberals? What do liberals do? Today I shout, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Today I am standing in this podium on record. I will say, I will practice Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Everybody is my family member. Tomorrow a thief tries to steal my mobile or something. Okay, what will I do? If I start beating him, okay, on my own, then I am not actually practicing Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So that is what Mr. Bhagat Singh is also trying to say. He is saying, whoever is shouting that the Vishwabandhu or universal brotherhood, you should also be ready for such practices. Saying is one thing, practice is one thing. Practice is very, very difficult. Clear? Okay. So please remember such lines for essay. It will help you a lot in intros or conclusions. So this article in Hindu is more or less about what? Kidney transplants. What is the problem? Organ donation or organ requirement is a huge problem in the country. Okay. Why is it a problem? 1.4 billion population is there. 1.4 billion population. Somebody is dying all the time, right? The death rate is good. I mean, decent numbers are there. So equal number of organs should be available for people who are in requirement of these organs. But what is happening in the country is, because of legal regulations, okay, even if you have to help someone, there is no mechanism to help. That is a criticism of this article. Okay, let's not go into technical details of this article. I will tell you a very simple thing. What is the concept of altruism? ALTRUISM, altruism. What is altruism? Have you ever heard about the term? No? Having altar? What is the meaning of the term altruism? Altruism means out of goodness of your heart, in simple language. Okay, what is altruism? You saw somebody begging on the street, or you saw, say for example, something happening to someone. You have no relation whatsoever, no blood relation, you don't even know them. You just go to that person and help that person. Okay, that is called as altruism. Voluntarily doing something good for others is altruism, out of the goodness of your heart. You just came to know that your watchman's daughter is not going to school because she is not paying fee. He didn't ask you, you will take 1,000 rupees and give to him. Okay, that is altruism. Okay, right? The problem is sometimes people do these great altruistic acts for some strangers. To explain it to you, what is that Allu Arjun's movie where Prakash Raj dies for Nitya Menon? Son of Satyamurthy, right? Son of Satyamurthy. Okay, Prakash Raj is standing on the road. He saw a girl about to meet with an accident and he pushes her to save her life and he sacrifices his own life. That is an altruistic act. Okay, altruism. Okay, so somebody came to know that some person needed a kidney. He is dying. Okay, you voluntarily gave up your kidney so that he will be alive. Such acts are called as altruistic acts. Okay, in India, unfortunately, even if somebody is willing to give a kidney to a stranger, the law says it's illegal. Okay, that is what the line says. The line says, except in Kerala, in any part of the country, if you donate kidney out of altruism, that is illegal. You know, don't blame Indian laws. I will tell you the reason why it is there. Okay, India is a poor country. I will find an auto driver or somebody who is in need of money and I will say, you give kidney to that fellow. Okay, he is a rich person, he needs kidney. I will make him give you 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. Okay, and if the police come and ask you, why did you give your kidney? What will you say? Altruism. You understood the concept? I will exploit your poverty. I hope you understand, right? Okay, I will exploit your poverty. So there is always some poor person who is not altruistic but he is in need of money. Yes or no? All you need to do is what? Donate one kidney. To whom? To a rich person. So the rich person will be healthy, the middleman will take 1 or 2 lakhs, you will also get certain amount of money. When the law comes asking randomly, why did you give kidney to him? What will you say? Altruism. That is the other side of the coin. Don't blame the law. Okay, we have seen all this kind of dramas. Okay, now because of this, what happened? Black market happened. If you are not doing in white, you are doing the same things in underground. Yes or no? There is an entire movie, Vedam, I guess. In Telugu, there is a movie called as Vedam, where you can see the entire racketing of kidneys, organ donations. Okay, so organ donation is a very, very sensitive issue, but at the same time, it is also a cultural issue. People don't prefer to give up their organs. Why? There is a myth that in the afterlife or in the next life, I will be born as a differently abled. Okay, so like this, there are too much weightages, issues, all these things are attached with organ donations. Okay, so the author is trying to talk about two things: organ swap and organ chain. Okay, let's not go into technicalities. The simple thing is, X and Y are two families. One of the members in X needs a kidney, one of the member in Y needs a kidney. They can swap because the blood group has to match, kidney has to fit. Like this, there are so many technicalities, right? So the author is saying, if the laws are little bit friendly, okay, probably people will go for organ swap. Okay, organ donation is not a big thing in India. It has not been picked up. Okay, slowly it is increasing. But above all, it should be done for what? Ethical and moral reasons. Or else, if we start playing with organ donation, it will lead to black marketing and unethical acts. I hope you understand. See, if you have seen that movie Slumdog Millionaire, there is a person who steals the eyes of the kids so that it can be used for organ donation. Yes or no? You can raise street kids. When the organ is needed, you can kill them and sell the organ. So humanity can fall very, very low when it comes to money. Yes, so that is why it's a sensitive issue. Just understood this much, no? Like, people can give organs voluntarily, but there is a problem in Indian law. It has to be made friendly. The other side of the coin is if laws are made friendly, there is a very good chance of misuse. So how should you balance the middle path? Organ donation should be easy. At the same time, there should be no scope for misuse. Is it possible? Is it possible? So what the author cites is in some international examples, that is in some other countries, in the last paragraph, they have made organ donation very easy by creating altruistic donations, national level registers. For example, yourself, you can register yourself as organ donor, right? Yes. Recently, I've read somewhere, I don't remember which country, there is a national organ donation registry. If you are not registered in that list, if you need an organ, you will not be given priority. God forbid, if you need an organ donation, you will not be in the list. Why? You didn't voluntarily register yourself. That is one way to incentivize people to register themselves for organ donation. Okay, so that's enough of that particular article, right? Summary, you understand? Yes, all of you understood what is altruism? Yes, how many of you will give kidneys for a stranger? No altruism. You came to know that an absolute stranger needs a organ. Somebody in your apartment needs a kidney. Will you give your kidney? You can help with what? Reaching out to ask people who are willing to donate other than yourself. Okay. Yes. At least that much you are doing good thing. For your own family member. I mean, hypothetically, God forbid, all these things are just for understanding sake. Okay. That is why ethics is very difficult. Anybody can preach Gyan. Okay. But being altruistic is very, very difficult. Is that no? Giving for our own blood itself is like we have to think 10,000 times. Why should I give? Aren't there any alternatives? Medicine haina, insurance haina, this, that. Okay, if nothing is working, probably then in the last resort, you might give. Okay, then for a stranger is something unimaginable. Yes, but if you need, you will expect everybody to give. Yes or no? That is the human nature in simple terms. Okay, so let's try to be altruistic. At least we will try there, right? Yes, somebody has some opinion online. Okay, right. The last article in Hindu is about geriatric care. This one is about senior citizens, right? What are the major takeaways in this article? Caring for the old. Okay, so the first and most important thing is in India, the number of senior citizens, that is population above 60, is going to increase to 34 crores by 2050. Just imagine the number, the size of USA. Yes or no? The size of an entire country will be only senior citizens in India. When so many senior citizens are there, they will also need so much assistance. Yes or no? Health, not only physical health, mental health, services, taking care of them, cooking food for them. Yes, like this, the dependency will increase. Okay, so India should be ready for such geriatric care. How do you achieve that? The red color line. The whole of the society approach is needed for geriatric care. What is whole of society approach? Did we ever discuss that term in the class? At least once? First time you are hearing, no? Red color line. What is whole of society approach? Never heard? First time? Sure. I told you whole of society approach, whole of state approach, multiple departments coming together is whole of state approach. Multiple stakeholders within the society coming together is whole of society approach. As the name says, what? Whole of society. What constitutes society? Government, civil societies, individuals, market, everybody, right? Every human being who is part of India is part of what? Whole of society approach. Okay. See, the senior citizens have to be taken care by their own family, the society, neighbors, government, market, altruism. Yes. What happens after you reach a certain age? You don't have people to talk to. Yes or no? You don't have people to talk to. So, for example, in Hyderabad, what you can do is paint one of the benches in tank bund as red color. Okay. And you can say it is talk to senior citizens bench. Okay. Whenever you are free, you can go and sit in that bench. And if any senior citizen wants to come and talk to you, you can talk to them. You are also contributing to the mental health of senior citizen. Yes or no? All these concepts have been experimented in various countries. Okay, talk to a stranger bench, talk to a senior citizen bench. You can also volunteer in call centers. For example, government can create a toll free number. Any senior citizen can call 1098 or something like that. Okay, and youth who are free having some time, they can volunteer into that call center. So you will talk to a senior citizen, listen to their problems, give some solutions. All this will reduce their mental stress. So not only physical issues, mental issues will also come into the picture. Okay. Now go back to some days ago, Hindu. There was an article in Kerala. Hmm. 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 Badai Bazaar. Remember that? Badai Bazaar. What is Badai Bazaar? Senior citizens can come together, sit and talk to each other. The collector has created that avenue. What happens in that avenue? They will come and talk to strangers. All senior citizens will come and talk to each other, right? So that is also helping senior citizens, yes or no? Yes. You have to write all such points in the answers. There is no one single article. Now you might be wondering what is Badai Bazaar. You remember that article in Hindu? Yes or no? So that is the power of interlinking. Okay. Hmm. Next, one more small problem that Hindu, not small problem, one more problem Hindu nicely tries to bring out is good number of senior citizens actually don't have income. They don't have income. That means pension and all those things are not there. After 60, your body may not support you to work. Okay, when you don't work, what will happen? You won't have any income. When you don't have income, who will take care of you? Yes or no? See, after a certain age, you are forced to drink coconut water. Let's imagine you are weak. Okay, even coconut water costs 50-60 rupees. Yes or no? Especially in cities. Can a normal poor person afford such costly basics? No. Who will take care of such people? What if the family kicks them out? And we have seen this phenomena that old age parents are being thrown out by kids. That is also societal change. Yes or no? So all this discussion has to happen around this article. Okay. First of all, tell me what is generative artificial intelligence? What is GA? AGA? We have discussed this. Don't look at that article as if for the first time in your life you are hearing about generative artificial intelligence. Are you listening to this class for the first time? No, right? Did we discuss about artificial intelligence? Then what is generative AI? Especially in this context, example. I have given the same example. No? How many of you have heard about Chat GPT? Yes. What is Chat GPT? It's an app, website. What does it do? Solves everything. What is the full form of GPT? Did you ever think about that? Generative pre-trained transformer. Generative pre-trained transformer. Okay, remember that words. Understand the generative artificial intelligence. Generative pre-trained and transformer. Okay, what is the difference? What is the meaning of all these things? That means it has been pre-trained on some data. Okay, it doesn't know everything, but it knows a lot about lot of things. Some pre-trained material is there, and whatever data it already have, it can transform. It can transform what? Your question. Yes or no? Let's say you want to know about Romeo Juliet. Everybody knows Romeo Juliet, right? Yes, but how many of us has bothered to read Shakespeare? Normally we don't encounter Shakespeare in our school. So if you are a curious person, you will go and say, please tell me about Romeo Juliet story in 500 words for a 10-year-old. What will happen? It already knows Romeo Juliet story, but now it is transforming that story for whom? For a 10-year-old boy or a girl, for a kid. Okay, and in how many words? 500 words. If you change the instruction, give me Romeo and Juliet in 250 words for an English professor, probably the choice of words will be different. That is transform according to your own prompt. I hope you understand, right? So these mechanisms are called as large language models, which is Chat GPT, for example. Okay, now what happened? Few days ago, Chat GPT has been updated. For beta, for plus users, beta will come. Let's say I want to tie a wire, a rope around this wire, okay, this light, okay, and I am unable to do so. I will take a picture of this and ask Chat GPT, how can I tie? It will tell me where is the best place. Till then, Chat GPT now only have what? Input. Okay, now it will have audio, video inputs. Okay, you can write something on your napkin. You can draw a box and you can ask ChatGPT, please give me a website code for this design, and it will give you code. Okay, now ChatGPT also have what? Eyes and ears, right? Just understand how much revolutionary such technologies are. I hope you understand. Such kind of technologies are coming every month. Okay, are governments of the world ready to tackle such technological changes? Okay, should we regulate AI? The simple answer is yes, definitely we have to regulate the AI, but at the same time we should not regulate it so much that the innovation will be killed. Yes or no? The innovation should not be killed. At the same time, innovation should not run freely. Yes. Now imagine you are a person working for a political party. Your job is to spread hate. What will you do? You will go to Chat GPT. You will give keywords. For example, political leader A, B, C. I want a 1500 word essay scolding them. What will you do? You will give inputs. The Chat GPT will give output, and you will put it in the WhatsApp University. Yes or no? This is what? Disinformation. This is fake news. So you don't know good English. Earlier what happened? You don't know good English, you don't know have creative skills and all those things. If you type something, people will not read because you don't have grammatical knowledge. Now you can write as good as an English professor, but for what? For hate. Okay, misinformation will increase or decrease? It will increase exponentially. Okay, earlier we used to get mails, I am Prince of Nigeria, please send money, I will give money. In his broken English, in his not so good English, he will ask you, by looking at the mail, you will feel, array, this fellow doesn't even know how to type a mail, but he is trying to do online scam. Now he will also use what? Chat GPT. He will use as good as the language of RBI email. Okay, we are from RBI, Reserve Bank of India, section this, section that. It will be so technical that you will feel this is official. Okay, and you might fall into the trap of online scams. All these are problems of generative intelligence. Okay, so the simple bottom line is Companies, whole of society approach again. Companies, individuals and governments, all of us should come together to regulate artificial intelligence. At the same time, we should not kill the innovation. There should be that middle path. There should be middle path. Okay. You may not understand it as a generation, but think about it. Once upon a time, people traveled from China to Nalanda for what? For scrolls, so that they can read and write. Now you have Chat GPT and you can access literally anything from quantum physics all the way till literature. What do? We watch Jabardast. Okay, so again, not a judgment, but you understand the problem, right? Chat GPT is not about artificial intelligence, it's about human civilization. Probably no other generation or no other human being before us had the access to so much information in such a less amount of time. Yes or no? Think about people traveling from China all the way till Nalanda. They have to travel hundreds of hours, walk hundreds of kilometers. Yes, they have to learn our language, talk to us, learn, translate, spend years in India. All for what? Knowledge, information. Okay. Now what do you have to do? Give a prompt. Teach me this, and it can teach you anything. Okay. That is the power of knowledge. So all these good things have to be used for good. But there is also a very good chance of using it for bad or the wrong. So that is a problem. So the problem is not with knowledge. The problem is how you use the knowledge. I hope you remember that line, right? Okay. So if somebody asks you, should we regulate artificial intelligence, what will you say? Yes, it should be regulated so that it will be used for the welfare of entire humanity, not for the destruction of humanity. Okay, not to violate my privacy, so on and so forth. Okay. There is one more interesting article about cookies. It's a self-explanatory article. It won't take lot of time. Okay, what are cookies? Have you ever heard about cookies? Pop-up will come. Accept all cookies. What are cookies? Permissions required from outside. So next time when you open a web browser, you will see a lock symbol, right? Just besides the name of the domain, you will find a lock signal. If you click that lock signal, it will show all the cookies, 226 cookies saved in this website or something like that. That means cookie is a dialogue between you and the browser and the back end of the website. For example, if you go to Amazon, the first thing you will see is sign in or sign up. Okay, when you sign in, you will give some login credentials. How does this browser know this person is correct? It will go to the Amazon server, ask it, yes, the password and username are correct, allow him. Okay, it will remember that memory. Okay, like this, cookies are like gatekeepers or a dialogue between you and the company, you and the website. Okay, the thing is, cookies are good. Okay, but using the same cookies, there is a concept called as targeted audience, targeted advertisement, not audience, targeted advertisement. So whenever you search something in your mobile browsers, okay, what happens? Cookies are saved. Next time when you open the browser, which kind of ad are you going to see? The same things that you have searched. You searched about new iPhone. For the next 10 days, you will be bombarded with iPhone ads. Who told Apple company to target you? Your own cookies. Okay, so cookies are good thing and bad thing. When used for your own personal experience, they are good, but when used for targeted audience, they are not so good. So that is why regulations have been brought in, like GDPR, that is European Union's General Data Protection Regulation. Okay, that's a previous UPSC question also. GDPR. What is GDPR? Which country or which area has introduced the GDPR? European Union. What does it mean? It means whenever you are accessing some website, it's your responsibility to tell the user that I am accessing this information. sometimes your location. Okay, by identifying your search preferences, companies can also tell whether you are a male or female, who are your friends, okay, which mobile you are using. Are you using a cheap phone, costly phone? Okay, if you are using a costly phone, costly laptop, the companies will target you more. For example, there was a criticism few years ago, up to arguments. If you are searching for Uber cab in an Android phone, the price is like 400. But you are searching for Uber cab in uh, iOS, that is Apple mobile. Okay, the prices are little bit high because the market perceives that Apple users are little bit well off in comparison to Android users. Okay, and that is not related to cookies alone. I am just saying how targeted the ads are. Okay, so cookies actually help a lot in identifying the targets. In India also we should have very good data protection laws to protect what? Your privacy. So please read that article, you'll understand more. We will continue the discussion tomorrow. Yes, this article is also one line, nothing much. Who are the members of Five Eyes? Why is Five Eyes in the news? India and Canada are having an issue right now, right? So who told Canada that this person was killed by Indians? Intel received from Five Eyes. So that is a criticism. So who are Five Eyes? Five countries, that is Australia, Canada, New Zealand, USA and UK. These five countries share military intelligence. Any threat against these five countries are shared among themselves. So that is why they are called as Five Eyes. Okay, so simple bit, nothing else is required in that article, totally useless. Just remember what is Five Eyes, five countries. Which are the five countries? Yes, UK, Australia, New Zealand and Canada. So now Canada is saying that we have received intel from the Five Eyes sources saying that India is responsible for killing this person. Okay, but they haven't produced any evidence so far. Got it? Yes. So by the way, I hope you are reading newspapers. No? Any questions in whatever we have discussed today? Commitment towards welfare of everyone. And see, sometimes you are at the receiving end, sometimes you are at the giving end. And let's say you are educated, a poor person is not getting his pension. Whole of society approach is irrelevant, irrespective of whether you know him or not, you are helping him. So everybody is trying to help him is whole of society approach. Tomorrow you might be the receiver. I mean, you might be in need, somebody else will help you. Whole of society is everybody coming together to solve that problem. Simple terms I will tell you. Ganesh Nimarjan is happening, right? Okay. The city is filled with a lot of waste, flowers, and all those things. Water packets have been thrown. Okay. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Whose responsibility is it to keep the cities clean? We can simply say GHMC. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation is responsible for keeping the city clean. But if you are a responsible Ganesh Mandap owner, what will you do? Voluntarily, you will also pick up the flowers when you, whatever you have thrown sometimes. Okay. So if you are cleaning your own mandap, okay, you are contributing, I am contributing, all the bucks who are coming, they will also contribute. So that is whole of society approach to what? Keeping the city clean. But if you push it to the government's burden, we are paying taxes, no, it's government responsibility, no, then what will happen? Government will have limited capacity. A ordinary street sweeper cannot sweep tons of flowers. Yes or no? I hope you understand the difference. That is whole of society approach. Everybody who is a stakeholder will come together to solve that problem. Okay? Yeah. Any questions? Nothing? Right.